because we are here on Volskaya Foundry in our game number 1 in our second game of the evening, our first best of 3, if you will. Sorry, Siege. Out of this butt. That's true. That is true. All right, hold on. Let's get into this here. We're done talking about food because I'm honestly starting to get really hungry, and so let's get into our maps because that's a little bit more important. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Close to Death. They went ahead and won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority. They themselves banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow. Close to Death banned out Sky Temple and Dragonshire, and our first map is going to be chosen by CTV banned out Sky Temple and Dragonshire, and then they chose Volskaya as the first map of choice. Let's go ahead and get back on into our draft right now, and let me just make sure something... Okay, yeah. Close to Death is on their left because Keenan's on that team, and we have CTV on the right, which looks like it's going to be some interesting players over here. You know, that first pick player over there on the right. Interesting. All right. Cool. I can turn this off because it's getting way too hot. I got a Giants jerseys. Oh, Jersey Mike sandwich sounds delicious. We can just stay on the topic of food. Last night we were on the topic of nachos. I might have to figure out some way to get those this weekend. But either way, we are going to be seeing an Abathur banned out on the left-hand side. We have the Sylvanas being removed as well on the right. Well, Sky Foundry is definitely one of those maps where you're going to be brawling over these points. Dive compositions are pretty prevalent. Something like a Diablo or an Anubrak is often a priority. Garrosh does bring a lot to the table as well, being able to walk further forward with the Indomitable and getting that repositional factor. But things like Alarak... Alarak, Li Meng, I was gonna say Varian, which Varian pops up on this map, but like Maiev as well, these high mobility assassins, they do really, really well. Junkrat's actually been pretty popular here as well due to the fact that he's also been played around with the Steel Trap build that we've been seeing. Actually, we saw it earlier this evening. I'm happy to see that Braxis is not an option whatsoever. Not for this, yeah, not for this. Homemade nachos or Pog. That's how I survived in the Storm League house. Black bean cheese and... Oh, black beans, cheese and chips. That sounds so good. Oh, man. We're definitely eating a snack after stream tonight. But either way, we do see that the Tastar will be banned out as well. And they're considering what they want. Joanna is often a first pick here if that's what they want to go for, main tank or Diablo.
There is always hope.
Cho'Gall. Throw some onions and garlic on that? Dear Lord, Nightmare! What are you trying to do? Hanzo will provide great scouting and scatter with Sonic arrows. Yes, Hanzo is definitely a priority on this map as well. You can get a lot of good poke with him, vision, and he's great at kind of whittling down the enemy team and also finding those opportune moments to be able to get those scatter arrow kills or even just the stormbow kills. But Zeratul will be the first one on the right-hand side. They need to pair around this, but they're going to be going into the Junkrat. Okay. I'm trying to think like what they want to go into here. Wow. That's quick. Okay. Vala Ariel. I see the value from that one right there. Zeratul Junkrats. They could go into a Diablo if they wanted to like do Apocalypse with a VP and then maybe like a Jaina with a Ring of Frost. We'll see what they go into. They still need to pick up a healer as well that Zeratul could play in the solo lane. But either way, we're in the ban phase right now, and that will be main tank Uther. So taking out something like a Blaze might be strong for them just to get rid of that solo lane option. Yeah, I really like this here. Blaze with this composition works really, really well. He can kind of cycle in as that main tank. Bunker's a great pause tool in the fight as well, and I like them just removing that as an option as well. I look for happiness in food, works sometimes. I think that's fair. I made a delicious hamburger for dinner and some french fries, and that was really, really good, but like I've already burned through probably everything that like all of the like energy that's given me. I've already probably burned through all of that, so now I'm already hungry again. But we have a Garage being banned on the left. We are back into our pick phase, and Zeratul Junkrat. I like the idea of the Diablo, and then maybe you grab a Stukov with it as well. And then maybe they hold off for their solo lane, so they can either solo lane with Zeratul or pick up... Okay, so Decker Kane and Nubrak. So they don't go for the Apocalypse, but they definitely do have the... oh my god, Galaxy Quest, thank you so much for the 2 months of support. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription, my friend. Thank you.
Subscribed.
Pixby. Oh, Oi, just that's it. Thank you so much, Galaxy Quest. I hope you're having a wonderful night. But I like the Anubarak here. The Decker Cane follows up really well. So you have VP, you have the Anubarak with the Burrow Charge in. You can have the Decker Cane follow up with the Scroll of Sealing on top of that, and then you also have the Steel Trap from Junkrat or the Concussion Mine to control the fight. But burgers are one thing I cannot make most of the time. It's one thing it's one thing that I just got. I practiced and tried to get really good at because it's something that I feel like I have to cook often. But the Thrall and a Sonya will round out the team on the left-hand side. I think that's a strong composition. The Sonya works really well here. I believe Bloodsplat's played that in the past. No, Bloodsplat's played a lot of Chen, if I'm not mistaken. But Falstad going to make their way on into this game, so I'll be flying on in on Swiftwing, and we'll be entering Volskaya Foundry here in just a second. I like both the drafts. It's really going to come down to the main tank Uther play. And so for the members of Close to Death, I think it'll come down to their main tank Uther play and just how aggressive they can be with it. But on the opposing side, it's going to be for CTV, it's going to be the initiation and the dive and the blow up potential they can bring to the table with the Anubarak, Zeratul, Junkrat, Falstad. All of that has to kind of synergize, and Uther kind of has to just make the plays. And I think that's where the easiest out for a lot of these conversations. It's the burden of execution, but it's more or less how they play their compositions. If they can play them to I think the goal they're looking for with how this all works out, and Uther being able to step forward, be aggressive, stun with the Hammer of Justice, and Thrall follows up, Vala does as well, you have the Spear from Sonya, then yeah, that works. But if it falls apart to the dive composition on the side of CTV, then I think we're looking at a rougher game. But we'll find out here. Let's go ahead and get on into game number 1, best of 3 series. Close to Death on the left-hand side. Cookie Man going to be on the Vala. We have Hooverman going to be on the Ariel. Keenan's going to be on that Thrall. Red Robot's going to be on the Uther, and Bloodsplat rounds out the composition on the Sonya. On the right-hand side, we got the members of CTV. We got Russ going to be on the Anubarak. We have Maka on the Mocha. There we go, on the Falstead. Tiger JK will be on the Decker Kane. Vespertine will be on that Zeratul, and McIntyre going to be on the Junkrat. Let's go ahead and get on into mid lane, see what we go for at level 1 question. Crashed Lightning from Thrall. Okay. Going to be in that 4-man. I don't cook it enough most of the time. It's always raw in the middle or overcooked. See, that's what I learned, is I basically overcooked every burger, and then I slowly started to figure out the timing for them. So like most burgers that I make, it's 4 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other. And that's usually like a little bit more on the cook side, just to make sure that like it's cooked all the way through. The best way to learn actually is find a music video that pairs well with your find like a music video around like 4 or 5 minutes, and then once that music video is over, flip the burger, find another one that's a little bit shorter, and flip the burger, and you're done. That's no joke. That is literally how I cooked my dinner tonight. NA drafts are odd, but I still like it. NA drafts are a bit odd, but it's them just saying like it's almost like this refusal of the meta that came about like towards the end of the HGC. Like when you had a lot of teams like Octalysis who were running like these odd compositions like main tank Azul and stuff, like this was like towards the end of the HGC, this is when like a lot of teams were like, well, we don't want to just like come to a region, like we don't want to go to Korea and just have to play their meta, which is aggressive and fast and everything like that. Like we want to maybe try and take them off, catch them off guard with something like a main tank Zul, which is very push heavy on the map. And if you have a map that works towards that advantage, like Infernal Shrines or Battlefield of Eternity, I think we saw it more so on Infernal Shrines than anything else, but you might be able to catch another region or even another team off guard with that. I remember it was insane when they brought the main tank Zul out, and they were like, this won't work, and then it did, and they're like, okay, hold on, we need to figure this out. Why did it work? And then we started seeing the rise of main tank Uther and stuff like that as well. I know we just had an insane fight, but that is going to be, that at least in my opinion is the way that I look at it. 3 kills in favor for the members of CTV. They pushed themselves up a solid level lead as well. And this is going to be control point A opening up in the next 45 seconds. They're going to go back down into bottom lane, soak up a little bit more. Let's actually look at some of the early game experience. We haven't been doing that too much, so that's something that I actually want to at least check on, be able to show all of you, because that first fight was quite a lot. Vala almost putting in 6k damage, and Junkrat not too far behind, actually already exceeding that right there. We do see that the siege camp on the top right is going to be grabbed. They have some pressure for the top lane, and Sonya will be trying to push that back as well. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, they're all going to be just trying to put on that pressure into Vespertine. We'll go ahead and check on the Crash Lightning. Actually, I can look at the Crash Lightning stacks. They're going to be sitting at 6 out of the 30 necessary, I think it is. I feel like that's wrong. I don't think it's 30. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Do you do the den thing in the middle? No, mostly because I don't make my own patties. I usually buy my patties from the butcher. But when I do make my own patties, I do the little dent thing in the middle. But it's just because it's also, it's the actual way that you make the patty itself. Like, the ones that you hand make are a lot more round and kind of bulbous, where the ones that you get at like a butcher are made to be kind of flat and just tossed onto a grill or stovetop. We're talking a lot about food tonight, but I think that's an okay thing. But we do have ourselves a control point opening up. Let's go ahead and focus in on that as Thrall gets a huge Frostwolf through a lot of those members. That might have actually been the full stacks if they actually, do they have the talent? I swore I saw it when I clicked on them. I thought they had the Frostwolf pack. Yeah, they got a couple stacks from that right there, because they ended up hitting quite a few members as they were running away from that. That might have been 3 stacks for them. And then for Crash Lightning, it is 30 stacks. Okay. Oh. Gas grill. I do too as well. I use propane. There's nothing better than just propane. I learned it from Hank Hill. So even talent tiers right now. We also do see that the Emerald was picked up for that Decker Cane, so they want to deny some of that healing coming out from the Uther as well as the Ariel. That's why we're seeing the priority on to said Deckard during this entire draft, or at least during this game. That was the Emerald that came out right there. That's why you see the negative 75 healing, and they were utilizing that so that way they can dive onto the Uther, find that kill. Thrall going like full quest build right now, going into the Maelstrom weapon. I want to say Wind Fury. I was like, no, that's the name of the ability, but the Maelstrom weapon at level of 7 as well. This is the build that I personally take when I go into like ARAMs, because it's just like, I'm just like, quests, all the quests for Thrall. Keenan taking a lot of damage, Concussion Mine will find them the kill, and that will be the reset onto that Frostwolf pack at level 4. Don't know if they had any stacks, but either way, that is going to be removed. Cookie Man able to sneak away here on the left-hand side, grab that fortification camp, but this looks like it might be first objective in favor for the members of CTV. 6 seconds left on that Thrall and 50-some seconds. They might actually be able to brawl this out once again. They do get the trap onto the Uther, who, while we noted this earlier, the Sticky Wicket, thank you Dyslexia, is going to be able to lock them down, and also has that silence for 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds silence in this game is so long. And then we also saw, this is the composition, or the 2 talents that we've been seeing a lot this evening. Is just, it combos really well together. Great chain CC on Duress right there. It does get the Burrow charge out with some 100 health, gets a little bit of healing from the Decker Cane, but 10 talent tiers are here on the right-hand side. Riptire comes out. This is actually going to be first Punisher in favor for, oh my god, they drop the fortification camp just in time, and Thrall is actually being bullied right now by the members of CTV. Close to Death is trying to make their way out of this one, as that's going to be a Nubrak heckling too. Huberman gets some healing out. Herodic Cube goes out with the heal denial, and Vespertine comes in there, gets the gets the cleave onto one, but they end up getting 2 members with this Triglav Protector, evening that out. VP on the backline was mostly just to deny Cookie Man from stepping up. Vespertine being hecka aggressive, doesn't get the kill, but forces back Vala, and this Triglav Protector not getting a... Ooh, McIntyre, you need to get out of there, yeah. Triglav Protector not getting an insane amount of value, but still is going to be pretty strong in this for the first one right here. And I think they're just going to get the front gate. They might put some pressure onto this mid lane fort, but it's not like they're getting the top lane well, which actually I would say that maybe they want to focus on this mid lane well. Seems like they just want to go for the fort, or at least weaken that one. Yeah, there you go. They'll focus on the well. And the reason I harp on this so much is because the well has so much sustain, has so much power within the lane as well, just to be able to tap that, come back into the fight, rather than having to back off and rotate to mid lane or to, well, oh my god, what are we at here? 46 health on that thing. 46 health on that bad boy. Let's actually get the Falstad vision, so they didn't see that they were over here on this camp, but they managed to grab that right there. They're going to be rotating up. Maka's looking... Okay, they're able to get the barrel roll out, and they'll be absolutely fine. Whew. What a fiesta. NGL, this... Not gonna lie, this is so different from EU earlier games, but I guess that is why... Well, yeah, I mean... It was even like that during HGC. Europe had a completely different meta than North America. And I mean, you're gonna get that no matter what, anywhere. Everyone's gonna play different heroes. Like Europe prioritized the Tassadar so much further, or so much earlier than anyone in North America did, which is just, it's not like wild or anything, but it's just one of those things that like they had such an early prioritization onto it, whereas in North America, I believe we see, hold on. Okay, sorry, no, I saw the Vala hat and I was just like, wait a minute. But we see a lot of these like main tank Uther compositions. I don't feel like I see a lot of the kind of wildish compositions that you get here from North America, where you get these non-main tank compositions where like, or like Blaze main tank. Like I feel like I rarely see that in Europe. It's just one of those things that like there's little things within each region. Falstead's a big priority out in Europe as well. He's picked up here and there in North America, but I feel like it's one of those things that it's not too often that we do see it. I would say it's more on like the lower side of like leagues or something like that, like somewhere in the Division A and B's when you come to like Nexus Gaming Series, or like Division like 2 for Heroes Lounge North America. Either way, all that aside. Just mount, leave it, yeah, just Genji just being able to steal those away is just so perfect. But hold on, that's going to be the Emerald coming out. They do this every single, oh wow, it was a great Divine Storm. They had the Crystal Aegis as well, but it wasn't enough to save them. Toss goes out into Bloodspat. Actually, no, that's a leap right there coming in from the Sonya, trying to dive into that backline, but that's going to be a VP onto 2. Sonya's got really nowhere to go. They're going to try and spin to keep themselves alive. McIntyre's got the last auto for them. Sonya goes down, and Ubrek very low, able to get out of there. That's going to be Keenan going down as well. Vespertine gets some healing from Tiger, but they might have sacrificed that healing onto Vespertine or they might have sacrificed that healing onto them. Don't die in okay, they actually grab the potion in the top, but Hooverman gets hit by a grenade, and that's control point B opening up in 10 seconds. They find 3 for 1 kill. Really good play for the members of CTV. Close to death. Starting to feel a little bit on the back foot here as the level advantage is starting to form in favor for CTV, and Close to Death is going to be able to hold, or excuse me, they should be able to contest this. Everyone should be back up and available to fight over this, and there shouldn't be a 16 talent here on the opposing side just yet. It's good to have different metas, I agree. A lot of people used to complain that EU games were boring because the teams soaked a lot and rarely initiated. And I remember people getting tilted by Fnatic backdoors. But see, that's the thing, is like that was the thing that I loved about it, because like people didn't like watching Korea because they were just like, well, Korea's like just too aggressive. All they do is fight. And it's like, that's why I love Korea. Like they're like, the games will be like 8 minutes long, but it's like 7.5 minutes of fighting. It was such an aggressive region. It was such a dominant region because of their team fight and like they were also able to play some of those slower soaking games in the later half of the HGC. Like in the early half, that was actually their kryptonite, because a lot of different regions would just play these long games into Korea and they just wanted to fight. And once like North America and Europe got longer games into Korea, that's when they would start to bring it back. Korea was very good at early game, late game as well. But either way, we have a Gust coming out, Earthquake from the Thrall, Keenan gonna get bodied right there. Sonya gonna try and get the spear right in. Bloodsplat trying to find an angle. They got the leap, they jump on in. That's going to be a huge Divine Storm. We do see that Hooverman's gonna get picked off right there. They find a Sonya as well. Somehow Russ is gonna live with just a sliver of health this entire time, and that will be all 5 members of Close to Death being taken out over this control point B, and this is going to be a lot of siege coming in through the top lane. They actually dive over for the biotic emitter, really smart move. They'll be able to have this, and they'll be able to also have the Triglav Protector. Now, I don't know if I agree with this because the Triglav Protector is on a timer, and so that is going to be triggered right there, so they need to throw someone into that Triglav Protector to be able to get the value. Looks like they're going to cycle a couple members out and just put the Deckard and the Anubarak in there. Makes sense. That way they can siege in with the Falstead as well as the Junkrat, and then have Zeratul solo lane. Works really, really well together. Whew. I think as good as Mid-Season Brawl 2008. I think Western Clash Finals ZEA versus Dig was a blast. I don't remember who ZEA is. Watching Korean HGC was a blast. The skill they fought is so much fun. I agree, Buckeyes. The one thing that I also loved about Korea was that they were playing a lot of heroes that like people were just like North America for the longest time was like, Hammer's trash. No one, like, never play Hammer. She's not good. Europe would play it here and there, but Korea was a team that, or Korea was a region that actually played it quite a bit and had a very positive win rate with it. And like, Like Sylvanas before her newest rework, like China, like oh my god, like any sort of China games, like Sylvanas was first pick, first ban priority, and 9 times out of 10, if you got the Sylvanas and you were a Chinese team, you would probably win because they were so good with her. This is when Sylvanas auto attacks lockdown towers. You didn't have an activatable trait, you didn't have unfurling shadows at level 1. It's a completely different build. So it's just it's wild. Like every region had what they were strong with, and that was the best part about all of it. So a little nostalgia. Feeling a little nostalgic tonight, but either way, let's go ahead and we'll stay in this game right now. We've ranted enough about regions of Heroes of the Storm. It's going to be 16 to 18 in our levels, 3 to 16 in kills. The members of CTV looking extremely strong here in our game number 1 in our second best of 3, our second matchup of the evening. They're going to be looking for those 20 talent tiers. Control point C will be up and available. I didn't look at when the Trigger Protector went down, but I'm going to say we're probably a minute and a half away from... Excuse me, a minute and a half away from the announcement. Okay, hold on. Just Vespertine just sitting down here. Hold on. Just down here, just sitting. But either way, let's actually look at the mid lane. This is what I want to focus on. I was just skimming around the map and skimming through talents to make sure I'm not missing anything. Thrall hasn't finished Crash Lightning. Riptire came out from McIntyre. I wonder if they were thinking about the initiation, or maybe they were just thinking that would be a good way to force him back. Not 100% sure on that one, but either way, going to be able to push up this top lane a little bit further. And Zeratul, just the shark music in the background. Just waiting. Just absolutely waiting. Not gonna. Ooh, wait, hold on. Could dive onto Cookie Man. I just want to see if Cookie Man see that Zeratul's around, because they're playing really far back, or not really far back, but they're just playing this safe. And they will be scattered out, because the towers do have true sight, so that when Vespertine steps up like that, you can immediately see them right there. And they go in. That's a VP onto 2. Gust actually to force the Vala away. Earthquake in the backline from Keenan. That's going to be a 1v1 into the Junkrat, who gets the kill. Earthquake still procced over there on the right-hand side, does a little bit of damage. The tower going to be shooting something. Divine Storm comes out. That's going to be McIntyre somehow, some way still alive here. One more auto from Uther won't be enough. The tower needs to make sure, okay, McIntyre with just some 80 health is just like, I'll just keep sieging. Neo on the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing that they get the kill onto the Vala as well. They take down the fort in bottom lane. Control point C is going to be opening up, but they once again have taken a lot of kills in their favor. They can take out the sidewall. Might be going straight up for keep and core here. Oh, Sonya, if they can stagger out another death. Riptire, point blank Riptire gets the kill into Sonya. She takes a nap on the right side of the screen, and now Trigger Protector up and available, but it doesn't seem like they really care. Look at their positioning. They want to end this game. They want to take a quick 2-0 in our best of 3 series, but they gotta still win that game, and they still gotta end this one. Ariel up in a couple seconds. Thrall coming back for the defense, and I think they realize this. They're like, you know what? We can get the Trigger Protector and then end the game. I like that. I like that call. It's safe, it's smart, and it works out for them really, really well. Actually, no. Okay, no, the Nubrak's going back. Nubrak did finish out Regeneration Master during all that as well, so they do have the faster regeneration as well as the extra health pool. You can see right there, 30, about what, 40 regen a second? 51,000. Oh my god, 5.1k. Oh, 5.3. Either way, quite a bit of health right there on that Nubrak, so just sitting pretty comfortable as that main tank. Wait, you can show vision on this UI without it breaking? Yeah. So I have it set up to my Elgato Stream Deck. So So basically at the start of the game, I click on a hero, and then I have that. I think this is Control Shift K. It pulls away the hero. It still shows the little things right there in the bottom, so you just have to find some without a questing talent, like Zeratul, and then you hold V. And now you show vision of just that one player, but that's going to be the Uther getting in the web wrap, Keenan getting very low. There's the Earthquake on the right-hand side. Currently have a whole lot of damage on. This is such a split fight as the Divine Storm comes out. Bloodspite getting very low right there. This is, oops, oh, there we go. As Sonya goes down, Vala goes down. Falstad was picked off. They find a Thrall. Meanwhile, over here, Red Robot is trying to make their way out of this one. Gonna go ahead and get the stun, but that should be enough damage coming out. They actually, you know what? They're just like, well, let's just go end. Uther's just basically buying time for his friendly members to get back up. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to run through bottom lane, and we're going to take this game. And we can already see Vespertine already on the core is just like, I want to end. I got 1 potion. I'm good. Decker Kane did not go into the infinite potions. They went into the something mastery. Perfect gems. I'm wrong on that one. Either way, they went into that perfect gems, and that's going to be the game number 1 going over to the members of CTV in a best of 3 series in our lower bracket. this will determine if this is a series that knocks someone out. If you lose this, you're going home and you're just gonna take a little bit of prizing. But let's see if they're able to do it in game 2. Good game to CTV. Oh, whoops. I forgot to turn this off. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Oh, man. Alrighty, everybody. What good games? We're not done just yet. We are not just... We have a potential of 5 more games total. This could go to game number 3 in this best of 3 series, and then we have one more best of 3 after this one. As noted, it's whoever wins from this one progresses through onto the bracket, and then we are going to be seeing the winners of PEDs versus Inting for Globes. Whoever wins that one will go up against the winning team from this best of 3 series. Let's go ahead and show stats once again, and then we'll go ahead and we'll probably be getting ourselves ready here for our game number 2. I'm just also watching my Discord to make sure that we don't get information. Once again, as always, shout out to Issa, who's running all the background stuff, admin-wise. Excuse me. Okay, I'm getting information, so we'll swap this back, and we gotta fix Bandit Cam. You're hiding from stream, bud. My arm is only so long. All right, you can leave that. Let me go ahead and update the team scores. So what does our bracket look like right now? Do we have updates for the lower portion? From PED. Oh! Spoilers. If you do not want to know what is happening between PEDs and Inting for Globes, cover your ears or mute the stream. PEDs took a 2-0 over Inting for Globes. Inting's out. Let's see. Do we have... Oof. Okay, so for anyone who's wondering, first place is $2,450 plus 25% of the crowd-funded prize pool. There is a Matcherino link on the tournament information page if you want to donate towards that prize pool at all. $1,200 to the second place team plus 13% of the crowd-funded pool. $500 to third place and 5%. Fourth place is $250 and 3%, and then fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth are going to be $100 plus 1%. Okay. Okay. Inting for Globes is out. I don't know exactly where that put them. So let's see. Stormleague Crusaders were out. Broken Alliance is out. So this puts them in, I think, 6th? 7th? 5th? 6th? Time for me to go. Have fun. Good luck. Thank you so much, Nightmare. Thanks for stopping by, bud. I'll see you on Saturday, Sunday for the Tespa Collegiate Series. I'm really, really excited to work with you again. And thanks for the video. I'll have to check that out after stream. You have a good night, bud. Alrighty, everybody. We are just getting ourselves set up for game number 2. The teams are just deciding on what maps they want to pick, and then we'll go ahead and jump over there. I just want to thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the stream. If you are new to the channel, you've never been here before, my name's Bahamut. I do a lot of casting for Heroes of the Storm. Typically on this channel, our standard the standard schedule is Monday through Thursday, but due to the fact that there's Tespa Collegiate Series on Saturday and Sunday, most of the weekends for me, we've been skipping Mondays just to recover a little bit. We will go back to that old schedule after BlizzCon. I might take a day off after BlizzCon. I land on Sunday, and I might want to take Monday off. We'll see. It honestly just depends on energy and probably and hopefully how sick I'm not. Pick Haunted Mines. Please, Geppetto, please. Ooh, that's a game number 2. Okay. That is going to be picked up by them. Ooh, okay. All right. So they wanted that, and they wanted this. Okay. Cool, cool. Oh, my God. Oh. But yeah. If you enjoy Heroes of the Storm content, this is definitely the place for North America. When HeroesHype Premier Series is over, I'll probably be doing more Heroes Lounge stuff. When Heroes Lounge stuff is over, I'll probably be doing Nexus Gaming Series stuff. There is like I've been working out. It's gonna happen after BlizzCon, and I think I'm not gonna plan it till after BlizzCon. I've just been loosely putting it together. But there's an idea to put together just kind of like a fun Christmassy, like get a bunch of people together and have a good time kind of tournament. Do something like ARAM. Do something where like no map is off the table outside of the sandbox maps. So I think that'd be really, really fun to get some teams, get some players who'd be interested in doing some like wild like games and just get some, you know, like get some notable names. Like reach out to people like McIntyre and maybe Collusion would want to join us. Maybe Porky. Maybe Liam. Maybe Legacy. Maybe Leon Black. Maybe How. I'm just saying, like, we'll figure something out. Like, it'll be fun. But I definitely, like, I have to talk to Tetcher because he's one of the people that I want to do it with. I got to talk to Weenus and I got to talk to Cat Peach as well. Those are the people that I'd want to try and pull in for the event because I feel like it'd be a blast to work with them. We all play D&D and we all kind of already have that kind of joker, like not jokey aroundness, that's not the right way to say it, but like we day drink while we play D&D, so like we all kind of like know how to like joke around with each other and get intoxicated. I don't know how that, like, it sounds weird, but I don't know how to honestly to worry it. Maybe Kaleo. What's up, Kaleo? How's it going, bud? Did you hear that I got a new sound bit? Isn't it the best? Mockery would be a great person to have in the tournament as well. Oops, I didn't mean to do things. Okay, we're good. Seriously, no, like I would love to do, like, I feel like that would be a blast. I heard my name. I don't play this game no more. I only play with Liam. Okay. We're out of tea, which is not good. We got water, but hopefully this doesn't go, well, if it goes to a game 3, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom and just fill up my glass of water. Bandit, how are you? I can't keep the camera on you, you beautiful dog. There we go. Not bad, how are you? Didn't hear the sound bit? You didn't hear the sound bit? Did you hear this sound bit? How about this one? How about this one? What about this one? The glass bottle one is the best, honestly. Thank you all for hanging out. We're currently waiting on 2 members to get into the lobby, and then we're gonna be lots of people would be fun. I agree, Ghostberry. Like, I would love to do something where, like, I would like to do it where it's bracketed to the point where, like, I could have like Cat Peach and I and like Weenus and Tetcher or something, like have like a top and bottom, and then like have everyone work their way inward and just have it be like a one-day thing. Like, it's 5 hours of gameplay. That's a lot of drinking though. That's okay. But either way, like it'd be like a 5 hours of gameplay. I think that'd be really fun. Just to get some people together around like the holiday time, like maybe like around New Year's or something. You was expecting it to be longer? Yeah, they're just honks. They're just honks. That's all. I can't wait for them to have the Deathwing goose skin, and he just runs around the map with a bell. Lawn butts thinking? Yeah, I know. All right, we'll get everyone in here in just a second, and then we'll get going into our game number 2 here in a moment. Thank you once again for everyone hanging out. I know I've been saying it a lot, but I really, really do appreciate the support. Yeah, we got denied a partner. That's okay though. We'll just work harder at it. That's it. Like, that's all I can tell you. I can reapply on the 4th of November, so you'll be dang sure that I will. Like, I'll probably reapply the moment I can 4th of November, and then just keep plugging away, and hopefully we can get it. The one thing that they basically said this time was, so the first time it was like, oh, you don't have 75 average viewers. And then the second time, no, wait, excuse me. The first time was I didn't finish Path to Partner. The second time was I didn't have 75 average viewers. This third time was that I had 75 average viewers, but I didn't have 75 average viewers every stream. So now I got to work on getting 75 average viewers every single stream, and then we can get partner. At least that's what I'm. You're sorry to hear. It happens, Hebby. Thank you though. I appreciate that. Fight someone for your partner. Thank you, Pace. Can I get a honk? Yeah, you can absolutely get a honk. Hold on. Let's get you a harmonica honk. There we go. I gotta figure out a tune with this, because, like, there's something that you can make right there. Glorp, how you doing, bud? But yeah, so they might be waiting on me. Our spooky worm. Need the teams rearranged. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's some swapping that's gotta happen here. Issa might be doing admin stuff though, so that happens. Flamel Chemist, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I feel like I said your name wrong, but I hope I said it right. Beautiful. I honestly ban heavy. Don't ban heavy. Why ban heavy? Bism. Hot steam on harmonica confirmed. That'd be hard, but there's probably a way to figure it out. What I need to do is like find some sort of way to automate. Like I know there's not really some way. Like it's basically I need to do a multi action through my stream deck so I can just play it. Like I can push one and it just does a bunch of different honks. That's what I should do. The big honkin' button. Okay, so we're just fixing up the teams, getting everyone on the right side, and then we'll get going into game number 2 here in just a moment for our second matchup this evening. We've got 3 matches. We just had the first match of the evening was a best of 5 series. We saw that one, and now we are in our second matchup, which is a best of 3, and then our third match and final match will be a best of 3 as well. So, and then tomorrow night we're going to be having a best of 5 to start out the night, and then we're going to be having a weighted best of 7 to close out the night tomorrow night. Hebby bullied you in high school? Wait, really? And you're both in my stream? That's wild. Okay, cool. I'm all set on my side. All right, yeah. The Pin Man, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. Oh, I just realized I didn't run a single ad this entire stream. Whoops. How am I gonna get bark boxes for Bandit? Let's see here. No. Twitter, please. All right, if you're doing stuff for New Year's, I may have something I want to contribute. Oh, we get another Kaleo video this year? If anyone's wondering how the honks work on my stream deck, if you actually want to see how that works, I did post a video on Twitter like right before I went live on stream. So if you actually scroll down, if you're using your computer, you can scroll down. There's like my live Twitter feed. You can actually see the video, and it's just called Honk, and I tagged Delgado in it. But rambling aside, we're finally ready. We're in it. Game number 2. We are going to Towers of Doom. Thank you all for joining me for the HeroesHype Premier Series North America, day number 2 of 3, to find out who's going to be taking home the prizing for this $10,000 prize pool. I'm sure you're sitting there and you're like, wait a minute, it's been a little bit, Bahamut. How do we get to Towers of Doom? I got you covered. Don't you worry. I want next game to start, but I don't want to lose Bandit Cam. Oh, of course. We are going to be seeing the members of team, Close to Death with first pick priority here. Oh my god, Hedgie, thank you for the 24 months, my friend. 2 years of support. Where has it gone? I thank you so much, you beautiful boy. Close to Death won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority. Tomb of Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow were banned up by them. CTV banned out Sky Temple and Dragonshire. They picked up Volsky as the first map and won that. First pick priority was chosen by Close to Death for game number 1, and so, was chosen for game number 2, and so now that gives map pick priority over to CTV, dear lord, and they are going to be choosing to take us to Towers of Doom. Let's get back into the draft where I can probably talk a little bit more better, goodly. Sorry, things are just breaking in the background. The Pin Man, oh my god. What Buttspot chooses to do that one? The Illuma Buddy. Okay, I'll take it. Whatever. Just all Illuminati. Seriously though, thank you so much, Edgy, for the 24 months of support. I cannot thank you enough, my friend. Good to see you, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Z Smurf, thank you for the follow as well. All right, we have a Zeratul and a Nubrak band out on the left-hand side. Gonna respect CTV's dive composition that they played in the last game right there. And then we're gonna be seeing the Sylvanas and the Abathur are gonna be banned out. That's gonna be Joanna first pick for the members of Close to Death. I think it might be I think it may be possible to provide content of a clipular fire variety for New Year's Eve. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but like around the holiday time would be perfect. Like do something like just after New Year's, like just as the new year comes in, like in January, or do it like right between Christmas and New Year's Eve. Got to figure that one out. The hardest part is just like a lot of people travel for that holiday time, so we'll see. We'll talk to people. We'll figure it out. Either way, let's get into our game here. Red Robot, or excuse me, the members of Close to Death gonna grab the Joanna. CTV gonna grab the Jaina Malthael. Looks like they don't want to go for that main tank Uther once again. They're gonna just play into some poke composition, as well as they're gonna have that Anduin for some healing and to save the friendly member. They could be going into Falling Sword Light Bomb. That's definitely something that's optional, but the Butt Brigade has many secrets. Our relationship has matured to 2 years. Yes. It's been a while. The biggest bummer is I actually have not streamed enough horror games in October, which is just, that's been the struggle, honestly. Towers of Doom, we do have our Genji gonna be banned out actually. They don't want to deal with Genji Light Bomb. Okay. I mean, it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. I feel like Falling Sword is used more often than not for some reason. I've had players tell me that they don't think Falling Sword, I think it was actually Fury I was talking about. They were saying that Falling Sword with the Light Bomb, or no, it might have been Genji with the Light Bomb is just not worth it. You just go into Falling. No, I have that wrong. I feel like I have that backwards, and I don't want to quote Fury incorrectly, and then he gets shamed somewhere because of my mistake. Either way, Fury had a comment on it at some point, and I can't remember it, so it's just, it's moot of a point. Anyways, we have our Mal'Ganis Rhaegar. Is this Bloodlust? Are they gonna Bloodlust us? Look at this. Look at this. We got a Jaina, we got a Malthael, we got a Mal'Ganis, and a Rhaegar. I feel like you can Bloodlust this. On the opposing side, Joanna, Anduin, Junkrat. They needed something in the solo lane as well. Oh. I was gonna say they need something in the solo lane to find a little bit more damage, but if they want to poke, that's the option. And I was like, do they go into Hanzo or do they go into Junkrat? And it looks like they're gonna, or do they go into Hanzo or something else? And they actually end up going into the Alarak. So it's gonna be some great team fighting tactic from them. They have the Chen to be aggressive as well. Jaina, Malthael, Mal'Ganis, Rhaegar. I actually like the idea of like a Thrall here. I think that works with their composition. It's more brawly. It steps up with the Mal'Ganis. It pairs into the Jaina. They could maybe look at a Phoenix as well, or okay. Maka had a really good game on the Falstad in the last one. Jaina seems off unless she goes into Ice Wand. Why is that? I actually love the Jaina here. I think she's really, really strong for poke. Like, you can go Ice Lance build with her and just constantly poke at the enemy team. I think there's a lot of good direction with that. Virat Mardor? Viro Mordor? Mador? I am so sorry I murdered your name, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Bandit would thank you as well, but apparently he's got some cleaning to do. We're gonna load in here to Towers of Doom for our game number 2 of our second best of 3, our second matchup of the evening. And we'll find out who's gonna be. This is a best of 5. No. This is going to be a best of 3. Our best of 5 was at the start of the evening. Yo, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription, my friend. And with that, we're gonna get into game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Close to Death. We're going to be seeing Huberman on the Anduin. Red Robot will be on that Joanna. Bloodsplat will be on the Chen, which we actually saw yesterday a little bit. Keenan going to be on the Alarak, and Junkrat will be played by Cookie Man. On the right-hand side, we got the members of CTV up 1 in our best-of-3 series, trying to close it out in a 2-0 and move on through the bracket into our next matchup. Tiger JK on the Rhaegar. Maka going to be on that Falstead, McIntyre going to be on the Jaina, Russ going to be on the Mal'Ganis, and Vespertine going to be on the Malthael. Oh, I see what you mean. It won't be Bloodlust. That was the reason I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know. Like I was kind of like, you could maybe force a Bloodlust here, but I think Ancestral Healing is just so powerful. Welcome to my stream, where the moment I see a first pick Ariel, I'm going to assume it's Cho'Gall. Which I completely know it's not going to be. We actually had that earlier this evening. It's just, I mean, you might as well go for the memes when you can. Not another best of 5 feels bad. I know. So, what happened is we were in the upper bracket. We were in the winners bracket for our first matchup of the evening. Keenan taking a lot of damage here, ends up getting picked off. That's gonna be first blood. Can they make it a second? Jaina dropping some snow with that blizzard. One more damage out from the Falstead's enough, or one more auto, excuse me. So our first matchup was in that upper bracket, that winners bracket, to decide who goes to the grand finals. So that makes sense. So every match outside of a grand final determiner is going to be a best of 3. So that's why we're seeing a best of 3 in the lower bracket until tomorrow evening, which we start out with our lower bracket finals. That'll determine who goes into the winners bracket, into that weighted best of 7. So tomorrow night, we're going to have a lot of great games. I'm super pumped about that one. Not that any of these other nights have been bad by any means. We've had, last night we had 3 amazing best of 3s. Tonight we're going to be having a best of 5 and 2 best of 3s. And then tomorrow night, the culmination of 6 cups in these playoffs to find who takes the majority of that prizing. Either way, let's go ahead and focus in on the map right now. I'm sorry, I was looking at this in the top lane. I was like, do they get this kill? And I was like, no, it's Chen. They should be fine. They can just kick over the wall or something, or just drink through the pain. Not going to be able to drink enough. Cookie Man actually going to get dove on a little bit here in top, as 3 sappers do roll through. Top lane, oops, sorry about that. I pushed my mouse with my other hand at the moment I tabbed over or clicked over, but so top lane priority with the sappers isn't the most important thing in the world. It does allow you to pressure that lane, but bottom lane is just, it has so many more impactful factors. You have lane control, you have sapper pressure, you have the extra bell tower shot, which bell tower shot, it doesn't matter if you get the top, mid, or bottom, you're going to get that extra shot. Which actually, a little fun fact, if you ever saw these 3 little gems signify the bell tower, so top, mid, bottom, and that actually shows which is in control. So if you're ever in a brawl and for some reason, if you don't look at your mini map a ton or anything like that, that's just a good way to know, like, how many do we have? Okay, we know. It's also just like little map details. It's great. Like, I'm sure most people can look over at the map and be like, all right, cool, I have 3 or 4. Also, there's like a little counter in the bottom left of the screen as well that'll pop up in a second once we get through our first bell tower phase or start that. But it's little things like that. It's really, really cool. I remember someone was bringing that up before and I was like, I know that thing, and then people were like, I don't know that. And I was like, it's little map details, but it's just because I stare at these things for just hours. Anyways, rant and rambling aside, we have our first objective. You can see it's 4-4 in a bell tower shots. Maka gonna go ahead and get interrupted by Keenan. They're looking to maybe be aggressive with this. No, they're not gonna be. Oh, Vespertine might have been what they were going for, and that's the reason they turned around. They don't get the silence. They're just dodging around a lot of this. They end up going down. Falstad throws out a hammering, not going into the Gathering Storm at level 1, they're just going to go into that Wingman's for the Lightning Rod bonus damage, which actually, what is the Falstad bonus damage at right now? 0% for now, but they do have, I believe, they had 36, so that's going to be 1 stack nearing 2, because it's 20 stack, 20, yeah, it's 20 per bribe ability, so they only need 3 more minion kills to find that next one. But we progress further on into this, and this is going to just be back and forth between the lanes, even talent tiers. Couple kills more so in favor for the members of CTV. Let's actually cycle through some of those other numbers. Actually, you know what? Let's look at the 7 talent tiers for a couple seconds here before we look through those other numbers. Red Robot being a bit of a nuisance here on the right-hand side, forcing back Russ, kinda. Just slowing them down a little bit and threatening with their posturing. Hoberman and friends could consider not diving, but stepping up over to this camp, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be going for that. And we do have partial Ice Lance build for the Jaina. They still went for the Fingers of Frost at level 1 for the mana regeneration, as well as the 10% bonus damage once that's finished out. But you have, I believe, piercing and cooldown reduction as Rhaegar's trying to wolf run right out of there. They managed to drop the totem as well, because it's Frost Shards, which pierces, and then they have Ice Lance, which is going to be cooldown reduction, and also more mana. So it's just, it's I think the Ice Lance at level 1, it just gives you extended range. I don't think it gives you any sort of bonus damage or anything like that. I could be wrong, but we'll see. CTV abusing the early double soak potential of Mouthfeel. They do have On a Pale Horse. That 30% bonus, 20% bonus speed when you're mounted, so I believe he goes 150%. I'm trying to click on it, but I actually can't, so yeah, 150%, because the standard mount is going to be 130%, so you get that extra 20 from that On a Pale Horse at level 1. Regardless, single altar phase popping up in bottom. We actually have 3v1 up in, or excuse me, 2v1 in top lane. For some reason I went to Chen, I was like, oh yeah, Storm, Earth, and Fire, but Bloodspat into this is kind of giving a lot of health over. Vespertine being a nuisance, but that is going to be enough. The kick goes over, and with that they solidify a kill, but they have to rotate all the way down. They know this on the friendly side, so they're like, all right, well, let's just play this aggressive. Tiger JK gonna get thrown over right there. That's gonna be them coming in right now, and I think they have to give this over. There's no way they can take this without staggering out more deaths, but Keenan making an aggressive rotation gets the silence. They also have that necrotic embrace. Meanwhile, McIntyre over here on the left is just trying to poke out, but they're end up gonna sacrificing themselves as Malthael just comes back in, and now they have to rotate out, staggering out a death. It's 3-3 in kills, and we will be seeing 10 talent tiers rounding the corner for both these teams. Let's go ahead and cycle through those numbers as promised before, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experiences look like for both these teams. And looks like Malthael is just going to continue to push up this top lane. So fast I can't even click on him. This is also why I'm platinum. I can't even click on the enemy heroes. We had 10 talents here, so they're going to be forcing this bottom lane. Riptire comes out point blank. Russ is going to go ahead and get the Night Rush. Ancestral Healing comes out just in time. Carrion Swarm will be there as well, looking to get a couple of these members whittled down with that. They're going to go ahead and get those Fell Claws out. They're stepping further forward. That is going to be a great use of the Fell Claws to knock Huberman out of the Holy Word Salvation. Keenan gets the last rites thrown onto them. They end up going down. I do believe that was enough time for the stack. I think it's like 2.5 seconds for that before they can, for it to count for the stack. No, it wasn't quick enough. It wasn't quick enough. It wasn't within, it might actually be 1.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Monka is going to go ahead and steal away the camp on the left-hand side with that bribe. Going to get themselves, I believe it's 15%. Yeah, because they used 3 stacks on that one. I'm trying to find some without a questing talent. There we go. Meanwhile, Falstad going to go in mid lane. You're going to clear this out, stack up a little bit more. Malthael is going to go ahead and grab the camp on the right. So they're going to feed in one set of sappers, which I think they did right there into this front gate. And the second one's going to be coming in as well. Really great use of the advantage that they were able to pick up over that bottom lane fight on the side of CTV. Close to death. Not out of this just yet, but that level lead is starting to form in favor for CTV here. This is something they need to be wary of. Shield Glare comes out as Red Robot's just trying to step up and just get as much clear into that wave as possible. Vespertine steps up as well. That means they also don't have a blind for the Malthael for a couple seconds. Counter-Strike goes out, but it doesn't go in the right direction. Riptire comes out, but it's instantly used as well. Last Rites goes on to Keenan, but they don't find a kill with that. Just going to force them away. Falstad flies in just to join in the friendly team. Junkrat going to be jumping over here. They also do have the Steel Trap in this bush. They also have that Chattering Teeth, as we discussed earlier, but they didn't go into Wiki Stick it as they're just saying, you know what, you get the shots, that's fine. Holy Word Salvation comes out. Night Rush comes out as well. Bloodspat has one more Panda Pal up and available. They get back into their main form, still a little bit low on health. Hoogman getting picked off once again, and that is going to be the Carrion Swarm out from Mal'Ganis. Going to get a little bit of healing, going to get a little bit of slowing as they're looking at Red Robot. Fell Claws goes out, finds a kill, and now they're able to grab this altar in their favor, but they're looking for a little bit more into Bloodsplat. At least McIntyre was. They drink through the pain, get themselves the well, and they'll be able to disengage. 4 to 9 in kills, though. What an insane back and forth. Whew. All right, what's Falstad sitting at? 43 stacks. They didn't go for another, they didn't steal away another camp, so I think they're just going to be looking to have the total of 60 so they can do another one of these. Or, oh no, okay. They'll bribe 2, and they'll clear out the other one. Easy peasy, and that'll also get them up to 25%. Bloodsplat's coming up here. They just burn the gust. They're like, that's fine. It's 60 seconds. I don't care. I'm getting this camp. I'm making a clean disengage. I'm going to hearth back and get full on mana and health. Falstad does have flight up and available if necessary, so they're going to be able to join into the team. It's a fairly small map. They will have to step like up to the death zone, if you will. Counter-Strike comes out. They sidestep that. They step further forward. Mal'Ganis coming in here. Fell Claws connects. That's going to be the trait, or I don't know the name of that talent off the top of my head, because it's the 7, isn't it? Dirty Trickster. It's the total mayhem is triggered by stuns and roots or damaged by a hero below 50% health. Has a 12-second cooldown. Okay. I didn't know about the I thought it was just stuns roots. I thought that was it. So that's actually... And so you can drop it when you're below 50%, but if you're below 50% and then you get stunned and rooted, you don't get that value because it's obviously 12-second cooldown. Interesting. I'm still, you know, just learning what these players are going into, because Sticky Wicket's been what I've been seeing a lot of players go into, but Dirty Trickster pops up here and there. 3 sappers will be up and available to push in, but they're not going to be able to get those in. Double altar phases up. Only 3 shots will rain out if they're able to get that channel on the left-hand side. But the question I have is, will they be able to get that on the left-hand side? Will they try and play this aggressive? No. With McIntyre down, at least, you know, in our vision, like, we know McIntyre's down here. They don't, but they're trying to play into Vespertine really aggressive. They're trying to get all of these shots, or at least, okay, no, they stall it out a little bit further. They know that the camp is down in bottom lane. They're gonna have to clear that out, so they do step down here and make sure they're up for the clear. Let's look at Keenan's sadism really quickly and see what they're getting. So they have reduction from 10. That's going to be the applied force at level 7. And then we have a fight breaking out. So I think it's just going to be the show of force is the only thing yielding them sadism right now. Riptire comes out. That's going to be Rust trying to make their way out of there. They'll be fine for that one. Ancestrial's up if they want to play very aggressive in this, what we'll call death zone, where you can see the water elemental getting shredded by that. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Falstead's still pushing out. So they're making sure they're stacking up and also getting that experience, pushing them close to 16. Sappers are going to be cleared out before they're able to go through over the line. So no extra shots rain in. 27-21. And Yuli 90, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Thanks for supporting the stream. Glad you're enjoying what you're seeing. It's good against Mal'Ganis and other heroes that have melee. So yeah, that is true. That is really true. Really good cleanse coming out into the mouth here. I think that was actually self cleanse as well. We can check. Actually, I'm curious myself. Yeah, it was self-cleanse because it's still it's off cooldown for Rhaegar. Because it's 45 seconds, 60 seconds. Whew. Falstead does have bribe, I believe. What is Falstead stacks at? 30%. Okay, so maybe they didn't. Oh no, did they use a bribe up in that top lane? They might have used one because I think they're at 25% beforehand. Anyways, bottom lane's still going to be held out, and they're looking to go ahead and convert top lane as well. This is a lot of damage from these bell towers. You're looking at 6 shots, a total of 18 if they get all of these in. If they can get all of these shots, look at this wraparound coming out from them. They're just like, cool, we'll play on your side. Now, they are kind of in between a rock and a hard place, so they have to play around this bottom lane fort. Gus is going to force them back into the corner. Bloodspite goes down to their last rates from the Chen. That will be the Holy Word Salvation coming out a touch too late, so no denial from that last race. But Huberman, a bit of a rough spot, does get the Divine Star healing out to the friendly team. Red Robot does get pulled with the Leap of Faith, but doesn't get out. And now Maka did use the flight to get into this bottom lane, so they need to rush their way into this top if they do want to get all this channeling. Looks like Alarak will be here for the dismount as well, so just interrupt them. But Malthael has a game plan. Can they get in? No, it won't be there in time. So they will be getting 12 shots out, which is still significant into this core. That's going to take them down to 14 core health to the 19 on the opposing side. I was going to say, like, they could get super greedy if they wanted to try and go for boss here, but I think they're going to try and feed in sappers instead. This is going to be a little bit of a smarter move, a little bit of a safer move, and it allows them to be able to try and push in 3 extra damage and pull them down. And I don't know what our next bell tower phase is. We should be seeing that pop up on the map in like 30 or so seconds. Alarak is going to be down here. I was going to say, they need Alarak for the telekinesis, which does miss, but it's still fine. They clear this out so very quickly. And top lane is stepping up as well. Water Elemental comes out. Mal'Ganis steps up, going for the Chen. Condemn comes out from the John as well. Maka's poking in from the right-hand side. What is their stacks at? 35%. They're up there, like that 35 plus, like 30% plus on a Falstead lightning build. It really starts to hurt right there. Bloodspot's going to be using that stagger just to eat some of that damage. They do have the Storm Earth and Fire up, but they're not going to utilize it just yet. They do see that the Alarak is going to be in that mid lane, who does have 102 sadism. And they step further forward. They're looking at this Chen. I'm just waiting to see, like, there's the pop for it. So they end up getting the Storm Earth and Fire. And I think they were just trying to pull that out from the Chen, and now they're just trying to hard disengage away from this. Blessed Shield comes out. Ancestral Healing will be there. That's going to be the Riptire out as well. A couple of the Storm Earth and Fire clones are going down. Lacerates goes on to Red Robot. Joanna goes down. Holy Word Salvation's not in time. Not going to be able to... Oh, wow. Russ is going to get a great sleep onto 2. Great use of the Leap of Faith to save Cookie Man. But Malthael dives in, gets the kill, and makes it out alive. Hello? Single altar phases up. Ooh, Bloodsplat, you're playing with fire right now, as they have a lot of damage, and they do find the Chen staggering out of death like that's going to be rough. Ooh, Tiger Jake getting pulled in. 60-some seconds on that Ancestral Healing, so they end up getting that. But look at this. Look at this. They know that 3 are down. They know that they cannot dive in here. I mean, there is going to be the center portal, but it's almost like a suicide mission if they were to go for that. What they want to do is they want to at least get the 6 shots, but they want to start the barrage as well. Ooh, no, they have a minion wave here. They'll be fine. I was going to say, like, oh, this tower's going to focus on false stab, but they're fine. The minion wave's there. And now the barrage has begun. It's going to be firing every single... Once it connects, it fires another one roughly, and they want to convert these back over. But as long as they delay this out, they can win the game. Counter-Strike comes out from... Wow, false stab gets sniped by the... Counter-Strike, and they're just trying to turn around this 4. I think they're going to use the explosion. That's going to be a great Storm Shield coming out from the Rhaegar right there. Joanna does go down. The shots are still going out. The last bell tower is converted, and it stops at 2 health. They can just boss, though. There's 3 down the left-hand side. They're trying to make it 4. But if they make a quick boss rotation, they'll be fine. Vespertine? They have buyback. That's what I was just like, what are you doing? This is actually faster than trying to sneak away. Dear Lord. They know, I mean, here's the thing, if you're Bloodsplat and you had Wandering Keg, you might have been able to fight. I'm just kidding. But the members of CTV, they're looking to end the game right here. Storm Earth and Fire is going to be popped. They're going to make one big defense for this. They throw the Concussion Mine, going to force a couple members off. Those Storm Shields do come out. That's going to be a lot of damage onto the Junkrat, who does go down. Bloodsplat gets the last rights thrown out. The GGs are called, and that is going to be game number 2 over to the members of CTV. They knock the members of Close to Death out of the HeroesHype Premier Series North America and move on through the lower bracket.